Hey there, movie fans. We're back with a brand new episode of FYC. We're still covering the movies here leading up to the 98th Academy Awards this coming March of 2026. I know what you're thinking. What happened to the Emmy stuff? Don't worry. We'll be back real soon. Probably our next episode with our final Emmy predictions before the Emmy Awards are announced on Sunday, September 14th. But right now, last time on FYC, we did our very first deep dive into Best Actor for the Oscar nominations for the 98th Academy Awards. You know, having probably seen maybe one or two of those movies, now we're going to do a very, very early prediction here for Best Actress. And well, this is going to be an interesting list for sure. So, Jeff, you are sort of had that, snidey, that real curious look in your face. So we're going to go to you first. Who is your top Oscar nominee for Best Actress?
She's coming back for the gold this year. She wants number 2. I'm talking about Erin Brockovich.
I thought we were going someone else.
Julia Roberts. Oh, no, that person isn't even on the list, Perri.
No way, Jeff. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I respect the big swings. That's probably the prediction with the most weight behind it right now because she's already proven herself in the role. I'll get to that in a minute.
I am with you, Jeff, on Julia Roberts for After the Hunt.
We have our wires crossed, Perri. Yeah,
Julia I know.
Roberts After the Hunt.
Okay. Yeah, After the Hunt. I mean, look, Julia Roberts, again, you know, putting Julia Roberts at the top of the list here because I feel like she's back. She's coming and swinging. You know, it's been a long time since she had like an Oscar-y type of role. I mean, maybe August Osage County, which was, I think, 2013 or 14. So yes, this, working with Luca Guadagnino and, Andrew Garfield, this looks like an Oscar contender for the film, but certainly for her performance all the way. The last time she was given an Academy Award was 25 years ago for Erin Brockovich, Best Actress. So it's time. She's hand rested and ready. Julia Roberts, baby.
We're talking about this is most likely to be nominated, and I do not see a universe in which Julia Roberts is snubbed this year.
I feel the same way, Jeff. I also feel that way about George Clooney. But hey, we don't have to go backwards. Let's move forward. Perri, where is Julia Roberts on your list?
She's my number 4. I do think she's going to get nominated at this point in time, but I mean, she's Julia Roberts, so maybe I shouldn't say this, but I just feel like there's a couple people I have higher on the list that have, like I said before, a little more weight behind their potential nomination at this stage, at least.
Well, then, Perri, who is your...
It's probably obvious at this point. And Jeff, you dressed for the prediction, I'll just say. Is that green and pink? Yeah. So it's obviously Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo.
Already nominated for the role. We talked about this a whole lot last year, so there's no going back on it at this point. If the movie was nominated and did not win last year, it apparently is because people were waiting for the big finish with film too. So you know what? The big finish is here. Yep. Undeniable nomination, I think, for her. And then I think we're also going to be having a very different conversation about the film's potential of winning more awards.
You know what's great about Wicked for Good, Perri? You know what's really great about the whole film?
Let's hear it.
It opens in theaters on Friday, November 21st, which is my birthday. Mm-hmm. And that is also the day when the Beatles Anthology Volume 4 drops. So November 21st is going to be a big
How are the Beatles still putting out new albums? What's going on here?
It's called Scraping the Bottom of the Barrel, Jeff.
Fair enough.
But remastered, remixed. Anyway, I have Cynthia Erivo, number 4. She's a 3-time Oscar nominee, 2 nominations for Harriet, lead actress and original song, 1 for Wicked Part 1. I think it's a slam dunk that she gets nominated for Part 2, at least nominated. I'm really looking forward to Wicked for Good. I agree with you, Perri. Everybody's okay. Let's see how you do with Part 2. Well, it's almost here anyway. Jeff, where do you have Cynthia Erivo on your list?
You've got her as a slam dunk at number 4. I mean, 1 and 4 for you, 1 and 4 for you. I'm right. It's 1 and 2. Julia Roberts 1, Cynthia Erivo 2.
I'm all right with that.
Okay, I'm sure Perri is down with that. I'm down with that.
Fine by me.
You know, whether
they both make the list regardless.
Yeah, right. Whether she's number 2 or number 4.
I'm just saying, I've got confidence. These are my number 2 most confident picks.
All right, very, very confident. What about okay, Jeff? What is your number 2? Oh no, your number 2 is Cynthia Erivo. Who's your number 3?
My number 3. This is where things get tricky.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Renate Reinsve for sentimental value.
Oh, I'm down with that. Absolutely. That is definitely a big, huge contender. I have her at number 2. She won Best Actress back in 2021 at the Cannes Film Festival for The Worst Person in the World, which is reuniting her with the same director, Sentimental Value and Worst Person, Joachim Trier. So, Perri, where is she on your list?
I have Renate Reinsve at number 2 as well. I mean, that it goes into what I've been saying with all these early prediction lists. Things can and will change, but at this point, I feel like I'm putting most of my personal weight behind the ones that people have already seen and have gotten that kind of praise. And she's easily one of the highest on the list in that respect.
So you have her at number 2?
2.
That means you spoiled my joke.
Uh-oh.
I don't get to ask who does number 2 work for. Damn.
You can ask yourself.
I have number 2 as well. Okay. My number 3 is a movie I literally just saw the other day. The film is called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. The actress is Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne is great in everything she does. She is a 2-time Emmy nominee for Damages. She won Best Actress for this film earlier this year at the 2025 Berlin Film Festival. If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is a tour de force, and it is a relentless film. I was very anxious by the time it was over, but that just goes to show you how effective it is. I think she is definitely getting her first Oscar nomination for this movie. I have her at number 3. Do either of you have Rose Byrne on your list yet?
Jeff looks so curious. I'm going to hold back.
Perri?
I do not. She's towards the top of my honorable mention list, but okay. I'm a little nervous about A24's slate, and I'm curious to see the other ones that I think could be big contenders for them, because I think that based on the reception that those movies get, that it's going to spread the love, but that love can only go so far. And I don't know. I guess I've been a little worried, maybe because this premiered at Sundance and that's so early in the year and it's hard to have those long legs, even though what's happened with the movie since suggests that it could. But I need to see everything that they could be gunning for nominations with, and then I'll probably weigh all the options.
Jeff, where do you have Rose Byrne? Is she even on your list?
I like being the decider.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Down to me, and guess what?
Guess what?
Meanie, miny, Scott Mantz.
Yeah. I respect it. I respect
Rose Byrne, number 5 on the list.
Hey.
All right. All right.
I'm just sneaking in.
Yeah, neither. You're going to have my number 5.
All right. Well,
why when we get to some of the honorable mentions and who I think she's up against, but I do think that those reviews from Sundance bolster her. I think that she is always wonderful, always fantastic, and this could be the one.
Well, first of all, Perri, you're right about A24. They've got a lot. And I mean, I love it, because like whenever I even see that logo before a movie trailer, I get excited. They just are really, really the place to be. All these great movies that they've done and have coming out. But so yes, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You did premiere at Sundance, and then it was at Berlin where Rose Byrne won Best Actress. But I think A24 is really getting behind it because it will be screening at the Toronto Film Festival later that week. So it's not like they're not continuing that push.
It's screening at Toronto and it's screening at Fantastic Fest. Maybe Fantastic Fest is where it's going to lock in its Academy Award chances.
Well, that would be
so. I obviously said that with like a joking tone to my voice, but I I do kind of think that if a movie, really any movie, plays well for so many different crowds, it does wind up suggesting it's got a better chance of getting nominated.
Unusual choice for Fantastic Fest. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Well,
Well,
they
when you
did
see it,
have
it
some
won't be-
success with that strategy with A Different Man last year, where I do think that the positive word of mouth was like a nice extra boost that they got out of that festival.
Well, maybe you could be convinced to add it to your list before we even finish this conversation.
I don't know about that, but
well-
I'm going to see it soon enough, and then I could be convinced.
I think you will be after you see it. Anyway, best 2 out of 3 so far, so she's kind of on the list. All right, then, Perri, what else do you have?
Well, I know my last two. In particular, Jeff, I feel like you're not going to have either of them, but we all know that I can't bet against an Emma Stone and Yorgos Lanthimos collaboration. So, she's my number 3. She's the definition of an award season darling. The second she signs up for any film, it winds up with that kind of consideration attached. She's working with him. The cast is stellar. We already talked about its possibilities elsewhere. She's my number 3 right now.
Emma Stone is also on my list. I have her at number 5, not ranking I think that she's much, much higher than number 5. And, of course, I love Emma Stone. I love the big swings that she takes. She, working with Yorgos Lanthimos on Poor Things worked out well for her. She won her 2nd Academy Award for Best Actress. This movie, Begonia, is screening at Telluride. That's where it's having its world. No, it's premiering in Venice. And then she's making the hop from Venice over to Telluride, like she did 9 years ago for La La Land, which had a very similar strategy. And look, and instead of Fox, Searchlight, which is where Poor Things was, Begonia is Focus Features, which is still, very prestigious distributor to have. I'm with you, Perri, on Emma Stone for Begonia. Jeff, do you have Emma Stone on your list?
No. I have her in honorable mention. That's right. Again, this is a remake of Save the Green Planet, which is just a weird movie. Yorgos is a weird filmmaker. Sometimes that can result in magic, as some people thought it did with Poor Things. But I am nervous about Begonia, at least as far as its awards chances go. And I could also see category fraud coming into play here. And I could see Emma Stone potentially being moved to supporting should it benefit her.
Interesting.
But right now, I do have her in the honorable mention list for Best Actress. Just couldn't put her in the final 5.
Well, who else do we have in your final, Jeff?
My number 4, I'm going to go with the Irish lassie, Miss Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. She was my former up-and-comer of the month. I think Jessie Buckley is wildly talented. And even though I'm a little nervous about Hamnet, certainly not as confident as Variety's Clayton Davis, I do think that she will probably be the thing that stands out about it.
I feel like, Perri, you have Jessie Buckley on your list.
Without a doubt. And she's probably one of the ones that I'm rooting for most to get Oscar Gold in the very near future. She's one of my very first guests on Ladies Night, like ever for Wild Rose. I think she's excellent in everything, and there's no doubt in my mind she's going to be a powerhouse in this. The I guess 2 things that give me a little bit of pause are the fact that it is also a Focus Features movie, and again, we have to consider spreading the love, and odds are they're going to wind up putting most of their resources behind one or the other. I guess there's a chance for both, but I'm probably going to be betting on whichever movie gets the bigger reception between her and Emma Stone. And the other thing, because I am going to cover Hamnet at TIFF, so I've done a good deal of research at this point, and we've talked about this in the past. It's not going to be a happy movie.
Right.
It's not going to be a happy movie.
No.
And then, another thing that I've been reading a lot about with the book that it's adapted from is, some people that either like or don't like biofiction, which is I think is a really interesting conversation. I kind of am into the genre, especially if it is if it's said that is what the movie is. But I also understand, when people have questions about that. So I'm curious to see how this one plays.
So Jessie Buckley is an Oscar nominee for 2022's The Lost Daughter. She was nominated for Supporting Actress. Hamnet is directed by Chloe Zhao, who won the Academy Award for directing Nomadland, and that also won Best Picture. So for those wondering, what is Hamnet about? It's the story of Agnes, the wife of William Shakespeare, as she struggles to come to terms with the loss of her only son, Hamnet. So I have no doubt that that is going to be a powerhouse performance from Jessie Buckley. I kind of had her, going back and forth between Emma Stone and, but yeah, both of those movies, Hamnet and Begonia, are focus features. Jeff, is Jessie Buckley on your list?
Yeah, she was my number 4.
Okay, you're number 4. Okay.
So it's like we all have Cynthia, Renate, and Julia Roberts. And then the other 2 on my list, Jessie Buckley and Rose Byrne, we are 2 out of 3. And same with Emma Stone. Those 3 are all 2 out of 3.
Right. But we also should, Perri, is that your list?
I mean, that is accurate.
Right. Okay. All right. So we also have some honorable mentions. I want to
let's talk about those.
Rebecca Ferguson for A House of Dynamite, directed by Catherine Bigelow. This seems like the kind of performance that gave. Look, I mean, Catherine Bigelow won the Academy Award, first woman to win the Academy Award for Best Director, and I don't know. You're shaking your head like you don't think so.
I don't get this. I don't get this one at all. Like the buzz. Like she's like it's like an action movie where she's like a White House official standing in front of a bunch of screens. I don't really get it.
Well, maybe you will when you see it. I haven't seen it either, but she's definitely on my honorable mention. Hey, Andy, stop. Perri, what else do you have on your honorable mention here?
We can't really talk about Dwayne Johnson and not maybe consider Emily Blunt for the Smashing Machine. Yep. Again, another person who is very popular in this space and rightfully so. The other A24 name, I just wanted to highlight. I do think it's going to wind up being more of an indie spirits play, but Ava Victor for Sorry Baby, also because she wrote, it's her directorial debut. That movie is exceptional, like yes, above and beyond one of the very best, most awards worthy films I've seen all year. And even though it got a more limited release, I do see people talking about it more and more with each passing day. So I would not necessarily be shocked if we wound up getting closer to nominations, and that was one we talked about, sneaking in, for lack of a better term.
I love Sorry Baby. I see that more of an independent Spirit Award kind of movie. Would really be surprised in a good way if she got nominated for Best Actress. She deserves it. But I just feel like outside of the real super indie circle, I'm not hearing much about it. Jeff?
I didn't care for the movie, and I know other people in the industry who did not care for it as well. It's a bit of a head scratcher. She's not going to sniff the Oscars. If anything, maybe original screenplay potentially, but yeah, that's an indie spirit play. Emily Blunt will probably end up in supporting for the Machine. The other people I wanted to mention, this trailer has made me cry both times that I've watched it. That is Eleanor the Great.
Oh yeah.
The 94-year-old June Squibb. Good reviews out of Sundance. Respectful, nothing earth-shattering, but she should be in the mix. There's Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love.
Yeah, that I have on my honorable.
Did you see that at Cannes or anything? Or?
I saw Eleanor the Great. That was a Cannes, not at Sundance. It was. But I did see it at a screening since, and I do think that June Squibb is an honorable mention-y type of performance. I feel like maybe Thelma's a little bit of a better film overall, but I did like Eleanor the Great a lot, and June Squibb is fantastic in it.
Okay, but you didn't see Die My Love yet.
No, not yet. But obviously reading and hearing great things about that and of Jennifer Lawrence's performance. It sounds like it's a real top-tier performance from her. Also Tessa Thompson. Working with Nia DaCosta, the director of The Marvels.
Is that even getting a theatrical release?
It's premiering at TIFF. So
that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know, but I think it is getting it. It's MGM, Amazon, I think.
You're right.
Yeah. Also, I have Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee, a movie that I'm hearing some good buzz. She's an Oscar nominee for 2021's Mank, directed by David Fincher, and she's an Emmy winner for her fantastic performance as Elizabeth Holmes in The Dropout. That was amazing. She's an amazing actor. Perri, what do you think about Amanda Seyfried?
I think maybe it's. I mean, I get a little frustrated at this point of the list when I haven't seen anything, and
Yeah.
we're pretty much just talking about someone's history in this space, and that's not enough to sell me on anything new.
I think she's a threat, Scott, because of Mona Fastfold is the co-writer of The Brutalist.
Yeah.
So, I definitely think that Amanda, I have her in my honorable mentions. The other one, the last one, doesn't have distribution. We'll see who buys it. That is Miss Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, Christy, yeah, that looks real good. That looks real good.
I am very curious about that one.
Very, very curious. Curious is the perfect word for it, Perri. All right,
I think she's a good actress.
So let's see here. We have Julia Roberts, Renate Reinsve.
We need to have a vote.
What?
We need a vote, a 3-way vote
right.
to get in.
But the ones we agree on are Julia Roberts, Renate Reinsve, and Cynthia Erivo. We're 3 for 3 on that. So then we have Rose Byrne, Jessie Buckley, and Emma Stone.
Given they're all unseen at this point, well, I mean, not unseen. Given Rose Byrne's movie has been seen and praised, I'm willing to lean in that direction for the two of you.
She's in every scene of the movie.
Yeah.
She's in every single scene of the movie. And it is just powerful, relentless, very, very effective. So that would give us a 3 for 3 on that if you move that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll let you two choose between Emma Stone and Jessie Buckley because I simply cannot.
They're both, and those are both focused too. And I like that Rose Byrne's A24, so it's like she's going to be their main push. I could be convinced to go with Stone over Buckley for the reason that Perri said earlier, that Hamlet's not going to be a very fun watch, and I think Begonia will be a fun watch. So you could convince me to come around on Emma over Jessie.
Do you go for the thing that would be the less fun watch, or like the most out there to the point of alienating some of the voting body?
That's the thing.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to judge a movie and a performance based on the fact that it's a fun watch, then there's no way Rose Byrne gets in, because that movie is not a fun watch. But it is a gripping and intense and completely immersive watch, which is what makes the movie and her performance so great. Having said that, Jessie Buckley and Hamnet sounds like a true lead. And I mean, again, we're going sight unseen here. Jeff, you're thinking Emma Stone might be moved to supporting for Begonia. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of like her perspective we're going to get, or if she only really becomes a character once she is taken, as we see in the trailer.
Right.
And then held captive. So I just don't know if it's going to be more about the kidnappers.
Well, I think that, right. Good point. I do think that the momentum for Emma Stone, especially working with, Yorgos Lanthimos, with the Favorite and Poor Things. And I really liked Kinds of Kindness, even though that kind of didn't really make enough of an impact here. But I will never root against Emma Stone. I just,
she did shave her head for the role, I believe. So you know what? Let's have that shaved head, tip it in her favor, and give it.
I'm Team Emma Stone all the way. I will always back her with her big swings, because she's awesome. Emma Stone is that's it then. So we have Emma Stone, Julia Roberts, Renate Reinsve, Rose Byrne, and Cynthia Erivo. Those are our first picks for lead actress at the 98th Academy Awards. You can bet that we are going to revisit Best Actress, Best Actor, Best Picture, the categories we've already covered here on FYC over and over again. And we're going to have a great time doing it. And we're going to be really informed with the more movies that we see. So that brings this episode of FYC to a close. And we'll be back next time, I think, with our final predictions for the Emmys, which air on September 14th. Make sure you follow Perri at P. Nemiroff or Perri Nemiroff on her social media. Make sure you follow the In Snyder on his social media. Follow me at Movie Mance at my social media, including TikTok now. Make sure you subscribe. Scroll down a little right now while we have you. Subscribe to Perri's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Jeff's newsletter, theinsnyder.com. Check out Jeff's other YouTube show, The Hot Mic, with my buddy John Roca. Make sure you check out my YouTube page, Scott Mance, with my new weekly series, Consider This with Scott Nance. Make sure you share FYC on all of your social media platforms.
It's a lot to do. He just gave you like a 10-item checklist.
Yeah, but if you're overwhelmed, since you're watching this, it's pre-recorded, just hit pause and do all the things that we're asking you to do so you can do all of them. We really do appreciate all of the support that you can give us because we're going into our 7th year now doing FYC, which is crazy. My hair was black when I started doing FYC.
I had hair.
Jeff had hair. And Perri looks exactly the same.
Yeah, Perri hasn't aged a day.
Perri is ageless. All right. Thank you for watching FYC. Until next time, FY. See you later.